A good evening to you, rugby fans. Welcome to Chicago, Illinois. National Collegiate Rugby brings you Friday Night Rugby, the first of two Big River semifinals between Wheeling University, the Cardinals, and the Tritons of Iowa Central Community College. I am John Broker, joined by Thomas Wheels Grant. Wheels, great night for rugby in the Windy City.
Oh, it certainly is, Johnny. The Chicago backdrop setting scenes for what is going to be an absolutely outstanding 2 games of rugby on your Friday evening. The Iowa Central Tritons taking on the Wheeling Cardinals. Stars littered across both teams, and that's one of them right there, Johnny, Aaron Juma.
We are going to see Aaron Juma in action along with plenty of other great players here at the Chicago Lions for Hope rugby facility. You see the Tritons warming up as well. We're going to talk through a bit about these teams and their seasons. We'll start with Wheeling University, the Cardinals. Wheeling having another good season are the Cardinals. They are 4-1. You see their wins there in the games they played. Davenport, Rio Grande, Thomas More, a bit of a tight one. Big one over Trine and Rio. Good game, just with a loss to Davenport. Wheeling University, the Cardinals are coached by Mike Geibel. Mike Geibel. You see him in frame there, joined by Max Hamilton, who you just saw just doing some great work down there in West Virginia with this ever-growing program. As Wheels said, there's plenty of players to keep an eye on across this team, but we will take a look at their lineup. Lineup for Wheeling University Cardinals. Number 1 is Runyanraro Makangure. Ernest Vidal, number 2. Claruli Mecca, number 3. In the second row is going to be Naven Couch with Madoshi Mashigo. Back row is Tadiwa Kainga with Aaron Juma. Mike Mulea at number 8. Those are your forwards for Wheeling. We'll talk through the back line. Backline for Wheeling, Laula Bata at number 9. Shadrick Mandaza, keep an eye on the number 10. In the centers, Alex Niamunda and Mwans Joseph I. On the wings, Ayub Jali is joined by Panache Mugaragodi, and Mohammed Hadar holds it down at the 15. That is your lineup for Wheeling University. Let's talk through the Tritons, Wheels.
Yeah, well, we'll have a look now at the road to the semi-finals for the Iowa Central Community College Tritons. As we see their 2024 season on screen now, a couple of really tight fixtures that got them through today here in Chicago. Aquinas, Marion College, the Principia Thunder Chickens, a few of those opponents to note, but they have scraped through and they are in the top 4 today. The Central Tritons are coached by Brent Nelson and assistant coached by Joe Lippert. Steering the ship for the Tritons today up against a very good Wheeling side. And it's time now to have a look at your Iowa Central Community College Tritons lineup. Starting in the forward pack, number 1, Curtis Downey. Number 2, Carter Price. And number 3, Devin Farrell locking down the front row. In the locks, John Mueller II and Hudson Rowe. Number 6, Harry Bennett. Number 7, Joaquin Gaines. And number 8, player to watch, Tyler Gast. Over to the backs for the Tritons. The 9 and 10 combination of Halinga Mabele and Cohen Webb are going to be pivotal if they are to get the success today. Number 11, Ian Murrah. 12 and 13, Sean Jacoby and Jonah Goach. Number 14, Quinton Daly. And number 15, the electric and exciting Takudzwa Musinguini.
Thank you so much, Wheels. We are just about ready to get underway. Our referee for today's matchup is going to be David Zakaria. He is joined by Cindy Ramgalam and Tommy Hendricks as his assistant referees. We are just about to get underway here at this Chicago Lions for Hope facility. Friday Night Rugby, National Collegiate Rugby here on the Rugby Network. The final weekend, the Big River Semis.
I'm honored. You're not getting it.
And in the blue are the Tritons of Iowa Central from Fort Dodge, Iowa. We are just about to get underway here. Kickoff to come. Night setting in the Windy City. This is for all the marbles. You see Ayub Jolly getting set to kick that one off. Jolly from Casablanca, our international team here. Ball quickly taken into the hands of the Tritons. Tritons inside their own 10. Balanga Mabele moves that ball. An initial early penalty there. High tackle against Wheeling. They're going to want to keep an eye on those. Referee Zakaria early there and keeping an eye on this Wheeling team.
Yeah, totally, Johnny. And you got to remember, playoff rugby emotions are at an all-time high, so those players are going to be wanting to get out of the blocks and make those big first physical hits to really set the standard on this game. But of course, got to watch that chest line, the sternum, below the sternum. We've got the new tackle laws in now, so it's going to be well officiated tonight.
You see Carter Price getting set to put that one in. At the back there is Curtis Downey, the sophomore welding major from Green Bay, Wisconsin. First line out ripped away there by Wheeling. Was it knocked forward? It was. Referee Zakaria is going to get the first scrum of the game here. So set pieces we're getting to see early on. First blood there in the lineout to a defensive effort at the lineout from the Cardinals. Scrum coming up here can make a big difference.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there for the number 9, Lawula Bata. The bounce of a rugby ball on the turf can do some pretty cool things, and that one just slipped out of his hands. But first scrum of the game for two real big packs. It's going to be an exciting matchup across the next 80 minutes as this R8 for both sides.
Lunga Mabelli, the sophomore from Cape Town, South Africa, an accounting major at Iowa Central, gets a ball in and it comes out the back, straight into the hands of Jacoby at number 12. They move that ball out, but it slips in behind. Little early error there, so they're inside their own half, just outside now with the tackle coming in from the Cardinals. Mike Geibel working with this team. Some well-drilled players had a phenomenal CRC 7s last year. Many of those players in the field now. They go for the kick to the Tritons. Good showing of 7s themselves. It rolls in the back there into the hands of Mohamed Hadar, another Moroccan-born player on this Wheeling team. Is a senior, has been a very important part of this team since he was a freshman. Takes his own kick, keeps it alive. Who's going to come down with his ball? Whistle again. Referee, sharp blast there. So this is going to be Iowa Central penalty. Little error playing on the ground there off of the Hadar kick.
Yeah, Mohamed Hadar probably wanted that one to go into touch, but he rectified his mistake by getting after the kick chase and regathering, but just that infringement on the ground there. And Iowa Central Tritons with two quick penalties so far in this game. Important they capitalise on these early opportunities.
Line out coming here. It is just outside the 22. Iowa Central is their ball. They seem to have a 4-player line out with 2 players going to step in. The referee says you have to be in the line. This is a free kick here for Wheeling. Price drops it. Wheeling has a free kick inside their own 22.
On the hash.
Ball in the hands of Lawula Bata. Lawula Bata, the junior from King Williamstown, South Africa, gets it out to a waiting for there, and Mike Mulea. Mike Mulea drives forward. Curtis Downey making the eventual tackle. As the ball comes back, they're outside the 22. Mandaza has some pressure, so ball hangs a little higher than he might have wanted. Tap back there by Wheeling. Who's got the ball in hand? It went into the hands of Kainga, but knocked on in the process. Another scrum here for the Tritons. Early on, a lot of set-piece ball here, Wheels.
Yeah, definitely a lot of set-piece ball early on, but Shadrach Mandaza got a nice contestable kick up there, and Wheeling did a good job of the kick chase. They just couldn't regather it in cleanly. I think the kicking game tonight, Johnny, is going to be so pivotal. You mentioned it's the Windy City. Doesn't look too bad down there tonight in terms of wind, but tactical kicking game, getting your team on the front foot, so crucial early on.
Ball in for Iowa Central. Tyler Gast has the ball at his feet, but Mabele is going to move this one. Come around the back. This is the play they wanted to get somebody running. Musin Greeny, the danger man, gets the ball out to Murrah, excuse me. Ian Murrah takes that one into contact. Mabele has forwards waiting there. Brent Nelson has his team running good rugby. Curtis Downey. Mabele comes across in the hands of Cohen Webb. Up to a waiting forward there in Hudson Vero's hands. Vero, first-year player out of Bondurant, Iowa. A local boy for this Iowa Central team. Reset at Mabele. Haven't gotten a lot of distance on this set, but getting the ball through the phases is Carter Price, the first-year player, does his best. A Kansas City, Missouri-born player, now attending Iowa Central. Little hold there as the ball comes in the hands of Joaquin Gaines. Gaines tackled. They just made it to the 40-meter line of Wheeling. Defense holding pretty strong here for this Cardinals team as the ball comes back up to Rowe. Trying to tear that one away are the Wheeling Cardinals, but referee says illegally so, came off his feet. So it's going to be another penalty here for the Tritons. Immediately, they're going to go straight to the post and try to get some points in the semifinal. 5.5 minutes gone, 0-0 so far. Moose and Guini stepping up.
Yeah, you mentioned, Johnny, great defence from the Cardinals, but equally loving the variation early on from the Tritons there, moving the ball from width to width and really testing out this edge defence from the Wheeling Cardinals. And Wheeling needs to be careful, discipline letting them down early on in this game. They've given away 3 to 4 penalties, which just puts that little bit of doubt in the referee's mind.
Musangwini, the sophomore, steps up. He's from Harar, Zimbabwe. He played for the national team of Zimbabwe. Went to Prince Edward School, stepping up to try to break this 6-minute deadlock. Iowa Central Tritons. Musangwini gets it off the boot. He's got plenty of distance. Assistant referees say he doesn't have the accuracy. We're going to be at a kick here for the Wheeling Cardinals. It's going to be a 22 drop.
No doubt. They're using the big boot here of Shadrach Mandaza to get them back down their area of the field. There's a massive, massive kick on him.
Shadrach Mendaza lifts that one, as he said, out to the other 40-meter line. Opposite number, Cone Webb. Cone Webb is going to go positional with this, looking for the 50-22. Doesn't get it. Here come the Wheeling Cardinals. Bump off run there from Mohammed Hadar. And penalty against Wheeling again. Player came in over for the Tritons. It looked like Mabele himself. So another penalty here for the Tritons. We'll see what the decision is.
Yes.
Going to be another shot at goal here. Again, looking to break this. So we take another look.
Yeah, see here on the replay, did well to stay in touch and got that initial first contact good, but it was the number 14, Quinton Daly, who managed to get over that isolated ball. Didn't see a massive clear release, but enough for the referee to justify a penalty and give Musangwini another shot at the dice here. Early points in the semi-final.
Yeah, I thought it was another player, but it was Daly. You saw it, Hadar got by the first tackler, but then isolated with the second. So opportunity here for the Tritons. Musangwini steps up. Musangwini in his rhythm pushes this one. It is angling in. This one is going to be good. Assistant referees happy with that. It's 3-0. Iowa Central, 8.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, absolutely. That strike there from Musangwini, as clean as you like. Wasn't going to make the same mistake twice, and that's a really good reward for the Tritons. The first 9 minutes of this game's been spent inside of Wheeling's half, and it was so crucial that they came away with some points.
Wheeling, a very high-flying team when they get going. Been controlled positionally by the boot of Cone Webb, keeping them down the field, and some work at the breakdown to put pressure there as Iowa Central again plays the positional game. Get incredible distance there. Hadar went back on it, made a bit of an error, so it's going to be a line out for the Tritons again in the Wheeling half.
I just mentioned before, kicking game's so crucial, and Cohen Webb stepping up to the plate there and giving his team another great opportunity to launch a raid inside Wheeling's 22 potentially. Line out functioned well on the first occasion.
Moving in the line-out, Carter Price that gets that one up. Wheeling can't get a hand to it, so they're going to come rush from Mabele. It goes into the centers. They're using this wraparound play. They've been using Sean Jacoby, the first-year player out of Lee, son of Missouri, as a first receiver quite a bit. Set of forwards out here. Ball goes to Curtis Downey. Curtis Downey takes a bit of a step around, tries to get there. Player trying to roll away from Wheeling, no problem. They're going to keep this one alive. Ball comes up the back to Con Webb. Musangwini has a hold of it. Danger runner if he gets free. Players trying to come over there from Wheeling. Not going to happen on defense again. Another pot of forwards coming from the Tritons. Trying to dislodge a little bit of defensive organization here from the Cardinals. Mabele to Webb. Webb gets it out in the middle. Tyler Gast, haven't seen him ball in hand. He is a big fella. Puts in the pace there. Players trying to come over from Wheeling. Not going to happen again. Not punishing that breakdown yet. Out the back from Carter Price. Wide they go to the wing of the Murrah's hands. Murrah stopped out wide. And another penalty here against Wheeling. These penalties are starting to add up, Wheels.
Yeah, they certainly are. It's about a 5-0 penalty count at the moment in favour of the Tritons. And the right decision there from Musangwini just to apply a little bit more scoreboard pressure, but 80% of those coming from the breakdown for the Cardinals. We'll see here on the replay. Lovely wide pass there from Cohen Webber. Looks like that's a real game plan for them. They want to get the ball to the edge and test out Wheeling on the fringes. You can see there the ruck had formed and the referee was demanding hands away. I think it was Joseph I there. Guilty as charged on that occasion.
Musangwini lines another one up. Musangwini 5'10", 195. Coming off of the left boot here, Will Musangwini. Referee Zakaria has a close eye on him, and that ball goes up. He didn't hit from here last time. Will he rectify that? He does. It is 6-0 Iowa Central, the Tritons over the Wheeling University Cardinals in this Big River semifinal. Major early moments here for the Tritons. Just starting to build that lead and getting those points when they are down in the Wheeling half.
Absolutely, and Musangwini, such a clean striker of the ball. Could back him to potentially launch one from 45 to 50 metres out. But Wheeling just haven't had any ball, Johnny. It's been all the Tritons in this first 12 minutes.
It's been a great combination, Wheels, of the positional play from Cohen Webb there, keeping the ball down and really attacking that breakdown. They've been pushing those penalties with Wheeling, and has paid off so far. But they're inside their 22. Into a tackle they go. Mabele finds a runner. He's asking for a high tackle, but do not get it. Pressure on that Webb kick. Will they keep this one in field? They will. It is in Hadar's hands. Hadar at the 50, looking to see if there's 50-22. Gets in some space behind there, but it's well fielded by Webb. Webb comes across to Musangwini, but it slipped by his hands. He just lets it go. Gets the ball out there to Gaines. Tackled right around the 22. This is where they just started from the restart a few minutes ago. So at their 22 are the Tritons. Players trying to come in and dig over from Wheeling. Not happening. There's another kick on here. Positional game is on. Little step coming here. They're at the 50-meter line. Here comes Wheeling. Nice break up the middle. Have to get free. That's Mondaza. He is an electric runner with any space. Ball comes out there from Laulapata. Nice handoff. Big break coming there in the middle. That's from Niamunda Alex. Alex Niamunda, however, had two players outside and decides to go on his own. Cohen Webb comes over to try to take that one. He gets over, but down he gets penalized. Could have been Webb earlier. One of the two coming off of their feet. So an opportunity to either get the scores halfway or go for a try here for the Cardinals. We'll see what the decision is, Wheels.
Yeah, they're going to try and get their first points on the board through the boot of Mandaza, but that man, Alex Niamunda, can count himself very lucky. He had a 3-on-1 situation there and he decided to go himself. So in the end, they've managed to get hopefully some success out of that fantastic break from Niamunda.
Was excellent work. Shadrick Mendaza lines this one up. The sophomore from Harar, as we said earlier, played for the Zimbabwe Cheetahs, U20 in their African Championship. Now playing for Wheeling University. Mendaza. Takes his approach. Mendaza pushes this one off to the left. It is no good, so it'll be a 22 drop here for the Tritons. Not what Wheeling needed there, Wheels.
Certainly not. Just slice that one away to the left, but definitely like the mindset of going for the posts. And we know when it comes to the crunch stages of this game, it's these penalty kicks that could count, Johnny.
Musanguini gets one downfield just across halfway. Taken by Mandaza, feeds the ball off, looking for a big break here. That's Ayub Jolly. Penalty here against Wheeling. Players coming in off their feet. They can't seem to do anything right at the breakdown. Another penalty opportunity for the Tritons.
Yeah, I mean, mentioned a majority of their penalties have been around at breakdown time, and that's going to be a message from the coaching staff, potentially just zero rucking for the next 25 minutes, unless it's absolutely clear and obvious. And I mentioned earlier, I'd love to see Musanguini have a crack at one from 45 to 50 out, but I've got my wish even more, 55 out, Johnny.
55 meters he's going for this kick. We'll see what happens. Musanguini looking to line this one up as we take a look at the infraction there from this Wheeling Cardinals team. Musanguini, that powerful left boot. This would be a statement, Wheels.
No commentator's curse from me.
Musanguini off of the boot. It doesn't look like he has a distance. It's going to fall, taken down by Wheeling. Wheeling a little bit of room before they answer back with a boot. They're going to find touch here into the safety. So it'll be a line out here for the Iowa Central Tritons, about 45 meters out from the Wheeling line. Another offensive opportunity.
Yeah, again, they'll be obviously disappointed to miss the kick, but they get the ball back here anyway. It's one of the good things. If you do miss that penalty shot, quite often you get the ball back. The line out been really impressive so far from the Tritons.
Tritons looking to the middle, get that ball up, but that one taken away by the Cardinals. Ball is live. They have some runners here. Defense coming up strong. Have to step back in, making just a bit of room there. Off they go. Off to that right-hand side. Bata gets his forward pods moving. Needs some good offense after 16 minutes here. Do this Wheeling team. Wheeling can really take advantage of any spaces on the field, but they should need phases put together here, and that's not going to help with a little bobble of the ball. Ball comes up. It's going to be a scrum here to the Tritons.
Yeah, unfortunate there for the Cardinals. Just a little bobble. They can't really put anything together at the moment, but would love to see. We saw a nice little run there from Aaron Juma, the number 7. Would love to see the ball in his hands a lot more. We know what such a dangerous runner he can be. Of course, recently drafted by Old Glory DC of Major League Rugby. Exciting future for him, Johnny.
Ball in from the Tritons. Quickly out the back. Mabele has it. Into the middle of the field they go. Webb is going to go for the boot. Webb puts it down inside the 22. Well inside the 22 with a little bit of a tricky bounce, but Hadar's okay with it. Hadar launches one downfield. Is he going to find touch again? He does, but only inside his own 40-meter line. So line out coming again for the Tritons. Staying on offense. A lot of offensive opportunity in these first 20 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Cohen Webb really has a fantastic cutout pass on him. Would love to see a little set piece strike here out to the right edge and test them around those flanks again. They've got some speedsters.
Ball up to the middle, well taken down there. Magoshi Mashigo takes it in. First-year player on this Mike Geibel coach team. Players off their feet. So Wheeling get a penalty this time. Opportunity to push this a little further downfield, most likely. Willabata has a hold of it. From Selborne College, studying exercise science and kinesiology at Wheeling University. Jolly off the left boot pushes this one downfield, about 30 meters out from the line. We take another look at the penalty.
Yeah, we can just see here the infringement. Doesn't maintain body weight at the breakdown, does the Iowa Central Tritons player. So Wheeling, fantastic clearing penalty here. Great opportunity.
Ball into the middle. It's into Mukangure's hands. They put a big break in there, a little offload. This could be the first try, and who else? Aaron Juma with the power and the pace finds a little space in the defense, and on the board for 5 are Wheeling University, the Cardinals.
That is a top draw set piece try from the Cardinals, and they are in this game for sure. I mentioned him before. I want to see the ball in his hands, and he had to be the beneficiary of the first try with a fantastic finish there. But it was just absolutely well constructed from the line out. Lovely pop pass off to Juma in space, who had the strength and speed to burst his way across for the first try in the semi-final.
Here, that the kick was good there, so it is a lead change. A lot of offense for Iowa Central, but on the scoreboard, the Cardinals lead 7-6. As we move through this, we'll look at this Juma try.
Yeah, it was a lovely out-the-back pass. They just had that decoy runner that fooled the Tritons' defense, and Juma just took that gap superbly.
I love to see the forwards in those, three-player pod just run that little sweep out the back. And that time it opened up for Juma very well. Ball comes across to Jolly. Jolly gets it to one of his teammates. They launch this one downfield, playing a little territory themselves. Musanguini puts the pass in. Cohen Webb steps this time. He's going to run for probably the first time this game. His kicking game has been excellent. The Charlotte-born fly half, great direction for this team. And a multi-skilled player. Ball comes back there to Mabele. Mabele moves it out into the hands of Downey. Downey, look for someone to pass to. It takes someone to contact there right at midway. Mabele coming across field there to Carter Price. Carter Price across halfway again, going through the phases, not gaining ground yet, but they have been working on this Wheeling defense. Webb puts it out a little wider. Tackle coming in there from Wand Joseph I. This will be Triton's ball. Mabele a little slow to get there. Ball to Downey again. Downey hit behind the gain line, but makes some ground. Little bump off there. Mabele looking for a penalty possibly, but not going to get it as the ball comes out and they go a little wider. Offsides, however, against the Wheeling University Cardinals, according to a referee, Zakaria. So opportunity here, and they're going to go for post again, this time just a little further in from the 50 wheels.
Yeah, Musanguini on the last one probably fell short by about 5 meters, so this looks to be his range and distance, accuracy rather, for sure. And Cardinals just infringing there slightly from set piece, shooting up off the line.
Musanguini from the midfield. They're taking these happily, so he clearly has the boot here. Tactic to just keep points on the board. This would be a lead change. Would go to 9-7. 23 and a half minutes gone if Musanguini can hit this. Musanguini gets the boot to it. Has the distance. Does it go over? It does. It is 9-7. 3 out of 5 kicks for Musanguini to an Aaron Juma try, as we're just under the 24-minute mark in what is shaping up to be a very exciting and tight Big River semifinal.
Yeah, absolutely. What a kick there from Musanguini. Wheeling was seeing what they can do with ball in hand now, though, on their limited opportunities for the deep restart here.
Going to put this one inside the 22. Have to be unnoticed. They can't give Musanguini opportunities from very many areas of the field, so they have to take that penalty count down. That one doesn't make much ground. It's going to be a Wheeling University line out just inside the 40-meter line of the Cardinals. Good look at Harry Bennett's there, the first-year player from Whitefish, Montana. Ball comes down to the Cardinals, but a little behind. Goes to Makangure. Makangure gets to Juma, but Juma doesn't find the room this time. Ball pops up into Curtis Downey's hand. Loses the ruck there from Wheeling. Capitalizing on it are Iowa Central. Ball across. Hudson Vero puts in the pass. Little kick in behind. Going to keep this one in are the Wheeling University Cardinals. They're still alive. Have to get some players there in support, but breaking through, looking for the offload, thinking better of it. Ball there to Bata. Lawilabata puts in the pass. Little pass back. Players trying to come in and over from the Tritons. Mukangure again. Runyarara Mutangure from Kadoma, Zimbabwe. Ball down. Player trying to rip that away and Gaines. Is he going to get the penalty here? Indeed, he is not. Coming off his feet was Gaines that time, so this time the penalty goes to the Cardinals. Look good for Gaines for a second.
Yeah, I thought that penalty was going to fall the other way there for a moment. It was a lovely sniping run from Lawilabata, but it caused him to be isolated, but obviously did not support his body weight. Did the Tritons play it? This one hasn't found touch.
Ball is not going to find touch, so free kick taken inside the 22 by Cohen Webb. Interesting call to take this free kick. Just wants to take his time and get his team resettled, so intelligent. Line out taken quick, however. Niamunda moves it a little wider. Mondaza gets it out to I to the wing. Ball's there, but into touch. Going to be Triton's line out.
Yeah, great defense there from the Tritons. Wheeling wanting to play the game with tempo and get that ball out wide. We know the dangerous finishes that they have on the left and right wing, but the Tritons were ably met for the task.
Put the ball down.
Player down here, it looks like, for the Tritons, so we'll hold off just for a second. Well, the medical staff here at the Chicago Alliance for Hope facility, this wonderful rugby facility in Chicago. We'll take a look. Great game so far, Wheels. This has been pretty exciting.
Oh, it certainly has. It's everything you want from the semi-final. 27 minutes in, and you can't really split these two teams apart. But you mentioned earlier, Johnny, when you've got a kicker like Msingwini, that can really change your approach into a match. When you know you've got a kicker that can kick from over 50 metres plus. If you're the Cardinals, I'd just be so careful around the breakdown.
Blue captain.
Yeah, it can certainly change things as we go. Referee making sure we are set to go in the game again. We're about to get underway. 27 minutes gone in this one. Ball to the front, up into the hands of Tyler Gass. Gass gets it down. Wasn't knocked on there. They had to hang on to it. Mabele put a little kick in there. Ball slips, then slips back. It is a little bit all over the place. It's in the hand of the Tritons right at midfield. Pressure coming on from the Wheeling Cardinals. But back on offense are the Iowa Central Tritons. Just some pick and jam plays, trying to get their offense set. Tackle comes in there from Tatiwa Kainga on Big Hudson Row. Now they go to Cohen Webb. Cohen Webb again looking for the positional play. He's got an eye out for those 50-22s. Not going his way so far, but this one doesn't quite bounce as well as it can for Hadar. Hadar can show his heels if he has to. Hadar has played an awful lot of sevens, and for Morocco as well. Breaks around that time, and it's going to be a massive moment from Mohamed Hadar. Hadar is going to touch one down. A Marrakesh, Morocco-born player touches down 5, and we have another lead change here in Chicago.
Oh, what an individual stunner from Mohamed Hadar. He's been pretty safe from the back all evening, and have a look here. Just that one-on-one battle. He beats around, gets a little dummy and slices through the gap, and then had Cohen Webb to beat, and again put in that dangerous right to left foot step. And you mentioned he's played a bit of sevens, Johnny, and I can see plenty of sevens ability in that try right there. Sensational.
Hadar with a wonderful try. Shadrach Mondaza lining this one up. Mondaza says he's 5'7", 159, but Wheels, I'll give him 160. He's going to see if he can put this one through the posts. He slotted this one, so they get the full 7. This time there were 12. Sorry, it's 14.
Yes,
Pardon me.
yep.
Now the first one as well.
Once again on the replay, had a player to his right, but it was absolutely the right option there, and poor old Cohen Webb, he did everything he could to try and get a potential bit of Hadar's sock to slow him down, but just too much raw speed there from Mohamed Hadar, and Wheeling absolutely lethal with ball in hand.
Iowa Central's done such a good job to force Wheeling to play in particular areas of the field so far, Wheels, but they have threats across the field, and sometimes just open up a little space like that, they can make a huge difference. So Wheeling gets a good break there. Back on defense are the Tritons. Players coming over. Cardinals have the ball coming out to the right-hand side. Runyararo Kagure gets that one down. Ball in here. It comes out from Bata. Bata gets it to Claruli Mecca, nursing student from Miami, Florida. Takes that one in. Dummy runner coming in and by. So the ball's in Mondaza's hands, going back inside the 22. So it goes directly in a touch. It would come back to where it was kicked, but it is up and fine in the air there for the Tritons, but hauled towards the touchline. Believe this will be a Wheeling ball. Assistant referee to have a discussion.
Right there.
Yeah, man, we mentioned moments ago, great job by Iowa to bring Wheeling into touch. Now it's the opposite way.
Off they come, Wheeling on the move here. It is Laula Bata to set his players free again. Big run this time from Mecca, the senior. Advantage here, but may not be needed. Aaron Juma has one, puts the pass in. They are headed for the try line. They've got runners everywhere, but a little block pass and it slips into the hands, was knocked on. We'll see if there's a knock on earlier and what the call may be. Referees on the spot. We'll wait for some clarification.
I think it was the big lock there, number 4, Nevin Couch. On the second attempt, just had a little bobble here. It was this floater pass. Got a little bit of a deflection, and then Couchy, you can see on the ground, rolling through now. Potentially, yeah, gets a little hand to it there, so good spotting by the referee, but again, Aaron Juma making that initial break. Danger time.
Good scrum from the Tritons. Ball's right out front of their try zone. They have a little wraparound play here to Webb. Webb in a bit of trouble. He slips. So things are changing here as Mukaragodi comes in. The number 13. Both centers on the other side of that. Sorry, that was I where number 13 made a tackle. Saw that a little bit wrong there as we come back into the back of the try zone. Webb under pressure. Webb breaks off to the left-hand side, but he drops that one. What will happen here? It is bouncing all over the place.
We got a knock on.
A little kid soccer broke out there for a second, but it comes to a knock-on. It's going to be a scrum here for the Wheeling University Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what sport I was watching there for a minute. Johnny, have a look at this. It was a tough pass for Cohen Webb to collect, and then he danced around in his in goal and had the ball stripped there. And after that, we turned into a bit of FIFA World Cup action, but Wheeling, this is a huge moment in the first half to apply a lot more pressure. There's been a massive momentum shift in this game now.
Ball in, it's at the back. There's pressure coming on the Tritons. They need to get this ball out of here. Penalty against the Tritons at scrum time. Player driving in and up. They may choose another scrum here. We'll see what they decide to do. It's 14-9, 5 points in it, 33 minutes gone. Big River semifinal here on the Rugby Network. They're going to take a set tap here. They've got players. They're going to go straight in, looking for it. In and over, try awarded. What an individual effort there. Another 5 points in for the Wheeling University Cardinals.
Yeah, Alex Niamunda, you're not stopping that close to the line. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to be stepping to the right and saying, you can just have a try. Thank you very much. He is one powerful man. Here's the replay. Niamunda shapes to the left, just goes himself, and I mean, I think that's just hours in the gym. Shifting a lot of weights, Johnny. That's what I'll put that down to.
I would say. Shadrick Mendaza get that one. So they're at 21. Their great period of offense and pressure from the Tritons. Tries going the way of the Cardinals at the moment. Still a lot of time to go.
We got 6 minutes.
Yeah, as you mentioned, plenty of time, particularly left in this first half. We saw how the Tritons can play when Cohen Webb dictates the game, and the Cardinals have just done a great job over the past 15 to 20 minutes to take Webb out of the game. See here from the restart.
Ball up there from Musinguini. Musinguini hangs one high, bounces forward into the hands of Curtis Downey. Downey gets the ball going. Ball comes out there to Mabele. Mabele coming across field, gets the ball up there to Carter Price. Across they come, Devin Farrell. Devin Farrell, a sophomore from Appleton, Wisconsin. Fires, and another player going here, a little pick and go, or untackled player keeps that one alive. So they're knocking on the door. Need to get some points back, important here. Hudson Vroe takes that one in. Left-hand side they come. Forwards still working. That was Henry Bennett that took that one in. Ball across into the hands of Curtis Downey. Downey takes that one to the ground. Mabele across. Cohen Webb has it in hand now. Has a little drop pass to Musinguini. Musinguini can't find his way through. Players putting some pressure on that from the Wheeling University Cardinals. Whose ball will this be when it comes up? Penalty against Iowa Central at the breakdown.
Yeah, great job. The Cardinals, it all started from a dominant tackle from Joseph I in the midfield that put the Tritons under pressure, and hands in the ruck was the infringement called by the referee.
Ball kicked there. Downfield by Wheeling to be their line out just inside the Iowa Central half.
8. Hey, yeah, on me. Guys, you're on the line. Play on.
Line out coming in from Ernest Vidal, the senior from Bayonne, New Jersey. Middle of the field they go. Rushing defense coming up from the Tritons. Had a couple of dog legs in it there, but not going to be taken advantage of by Wheeling. Really trying to put the pressure on there. Joaquin Gaines makes that tackle. Players coming in over. They go off to Shadrick Mandaza. He spots a little space. Comes across. Cohen Webb gets it to Musinguini. Musinguini goes to that powerful left boot. Launches it downfield. Will not find the 50-22, so they come back to Wheeling. They're outside the 22, and they hold and they keep going. Breaking down to this touchline. Little chip ahead. This is the danger that this Cardinals team can bring if they have any space. Cohen Webb has been back on his own line quite a bit here. Coming back down, looking for some space. Might want to do exactly what he did. Just take some pressure off and put this back. Mohamed Hada with that slow start, looking for space. Stepping all over the place. Dance floor is going to have no move tonight as he breaks across. Good breaks here from Ayub Jolly. Nice little move there, drawing some defenders. Big break coming here from the Cardinals. Cardinals can't quite make it, but they get down about 6 meters out from the line. Good work here. Runyarara Makangure takes it. Makangure off the back. He wraps up Halanga Mabele. Is he illegal in there? He is not. Referee says it's fine. They're going to play. Ball is up. Here come the Cardinals. Cardinals working their way towards the line. 21-9 they lead. Just a couple of minutes left in this half. Was that an intentional knockdown there? Potentially was, and that is Cohen Webb. We'll see what the referee decides here. An intentional knockdown inside the 22 could be dangerous.
Captain. Hold right there. Captain, I've got an intentional knock on. That was penalty only. Kicking the ball down the field after I blew the whistle, that's the yellow card.
And Wheels, indeed, it's a yellow card. Cohen Webb, key player for this Iowa Central team, will be off for the rest of this half and a bit of the second. That could be a major loss.
Yeah, that's definitely not what the Tritons need. He is obviously a big key to the way they want to play, so Wheeling will be looking to absolutely capitalise on the next 10 minutes of this fixture. And you got to feel for him. If he had regathered that, he's away down the other end for a try, but it's just those slim margins and those little decisions. That one, unfortunately, costly.
Laula Bata to put this one in. At the back there is Michael Mulea. Referee says that ball is fine in play. Mulea was up and had it, so Mabele had rights to it. So they're at a ruck situation here. A little bit of a mess coming from a scrum. Ugly, but they're going to get this one down as Juma moves that ball away, and Hadar puts a little chip in. Ball in the try zone. Can he get there? He's there, and he's on it. Try again. It looks like Mohammed Hadar is going to have two. A good vision, a little bit of seeing space there. That might have been where Cohen Webb was supposed to be, but the Cardinals put another 5 on the board. Kick to come.
Oh, Mohammed Hadar, he's got himself the best 2 players of the first half. Individually, have a look at this. Spots that little space in behind, puts a deft little kick in, and too much speed. Great control there to finish it down inside the try zone, but we saw a bit of individual brilliance from Hadar moments ago, and now he's just come to the party with another fantastic try, and the Cardinals are going to be all smiles at halftime.
Looking to add the extras here is Jolly, left-footed kicker they use on this side of the field. We're past the 40-minute mark on the stadium clock. Could be a bit of referee's time here. We'll see what referee Zakaria has to say. To get the kick off the left boot there, it hangs. It is going to be pushed wide, however. So it is 26-9. Wheeling leads the Tritons here in this Big River semifinal.
20 seconds, boys.
You can hear the referee there. 20 seconds left to play in the first half. Wheeling, 17-point lead. They'll probably be happy to kick this one into touch and get some electrolytes and some halftime oranges on board.
Yeah, they like to run 2 wheels. We'll see what happens here. I assume you are correct. But with players like Mohammed Hadar, Shadrick Mendaza, you never know what they might go for. Ball goes to the middle of the field. It's taken down. Wheeling University takes the ball into contact, recycles that one just outside their 22. Players keying up to run it here, but there is the potential break. That is the man himself, Niamunda. Had a couple of breaks before, scored a try. That one rolls towards touch. And it is going to be halftime now off of that knock-on, 26-9. At Friday Night Rugby, National Collegiate Rugby, Wheeling leads the Tritons. Wheels, what a first half.
Yeah, I mean, you were right, Johnny. They do like to run, and they just did that. Unfortunately, drifted into touch. But Wheeling, particularly in the last 25 minutes of that first half, just really regained control. And if you give them a little bit of space, they are going to make you pay for it. But what a second half we have coming up. And here are some of the try-lights from the first half. This was the special from Aaron Juma. Again, you can't give that guy an inch of space because he will make you pay for it, absolutely. And this was the first of 2 Hadar tries. This one just an individual effort. The right to left Jimmy around. And this one again, pure strength from Alex Niamunda. Yep. And here's the second one for Hadar, Johnny. Just fantastic vision in the back there to spot that space.
And don't forget about those Musinguini kicks. We're going to step aside for halftime. We'll be back with second half of this Big River semifinal on the Rugby Network after this.
get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
It's time to hit.
It's time to pass. It's time for tradition. It's rugby time, America.
It's rugby time, America.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
It's time to hit.
It's time to pass. It's time for tradition. It's rugby time, America.
It's rugby time, America.
In our game, we play with our hearts.
We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Welcome to the Rugby Rundown on the Rugby Network, as we bring you your weekly rugby fix.
With the big news, special guests, and unparalleled access, this is your rugby show. Watch exclusively on the Rugby Network.
Go green with Rhino Rugby. Rhino Rugby is proud to offer the first ever recycled rugby balls made with recycled rubber to help protect our environments. Perfect for both practice and match day, you can keep your performance high while keeping the planet clean. Visit rhinorugby.com today to learn more. Welcome back to the Chicago Lions for Hope Stadium. Referee David Zakaria getting ready to get us underway here. Iowa Central Tritons to kick off in blue, running from right to left on your screen. White and red the other way is Wheeling University Cardinals. Friday Night Rugby, National Collegiate Rugby here on the Rugby Network. John Broker with Thomas Wheels Grant. Good first start from the Tritons, but pouring it on are the Cardinals. We'll get Wheels' thoughts on that first half and what needs to happen now. But we are underway in this Friday Night Rugby matchup. This is the final week, Big River semifinals. The message was obviously taken as they come down with that ball. Do the Tritons off of their own restart. Ball slips out, so they're going to have to move this one quickly. Tritons down 26-9 as we start this second half. Ball up to Carter Price. Little tip pass there, and it spills forward. We're going to come here for a scrum to the Wheeling University Cardinals. Wheels, a lot of work to do here for this Tritons team.
Yeah, certainly is a lot of work to do for the Iowa Central Tritons, but if they start the way they did in the first half, in the second half, they will go a long way to getting back in this game. We saw that sort of 10 to 15 minute period from the Tritons where they really had control of that game, although they are now missing one of their pivotal players for the next 8 or so minutes, Cohen Webb, whose kicking game really sets the platform for Iowa to play well.
Ball in from Wheeling. Off the back comes Mike Mulea. They know they're missing Webb. So he runs right at that first receiver spot. Mike Mulea, a powerful fella, gets some ground there, cleared away. Ball up and across they come. They're looking one way, going to go the other through Niamunda. Big shoulder comes in. They're going to get through. Hudson Rowe tries to take that one away, but they're not going to get away. Niamunda puts a little pass out there. Player from Iowa caught in, but not having an effect. Niamunda, one-handed pass off the side here. Look at the speed that is coming. Shadrach Mendaza steps. Shadrach Mendaza, the freshman number 10, puts down 5 for a great start here for Wheeling. 31-9, kick to come.
Absolutely. I said that Iowa needed to start the second half well, but Wheeling must have heard that, because this is again just an absolutely outstanding individual try. Mendaza just left to right. It was a bit of a confusing step in the end, and it had everyone fooled. But Mendaza just had the skill. And how about that dive? I'm giving that 5 stars. Shadrach Mendaza has put his stamp on the second half already for the Cardinals.
5 out of how many stars? So kick is
out of
good.
5.
So another 2 points go on the board for this Wheeling Cardinals team. They take a lead up to 33-9. A little yawn there from one of their players. They should be about to get excited here as they are in the second half of the Big River semifinal. Score early in this half to extend their lead. Next game coming up to Thomas More Saints versus the Principia College Thunder Chickens, the other semifinal.
Just a little bit of a stoppage here. One of the players getting attended to in back play. Some substitutions made rather from the Tritons, so some fresh legs.
Musanguini to put this game back underway. A restart from Musanguini. Off the left boot, hangs it high. Swirling, comes down, well taken by the Cardinals. Cardinals, little slip on the grass here. Off they go to the right-hand side, looking for some runners. Little pass outside. They're starting to work this touchline. Clear messages coming in from Mike Geibel, as you saw. Brenton Estel and Joe Lippert getting this Iowa Central team started with what they have to do to come out on top. Player blowing off the ball, looking for a penalty, doesn't get it. Mendaza has it, running back to an offsides against the Iowa Central Tritons.
Yeah, good call there by the referee. I think the referee had a really strong first half as well. Spotted those infringements and acted on them quickly, but has still allowed the game to be played with great tempo.
Nice long kick there. You see Sydney Ramgalam, the assistant referee, marking that one off just outside the 22. All to come in here from Ernest Vidal. Vidal, athletic training major at the Hudson Catholic High School. Ball off the fingertips there, down in the hands of Claruli Mecca. Penalty against the Tritons. Will they go quick? They will not. They're going to hang on to this ball. Lawula Bata. 33-9. Wheeling leads. Ayub Jolly pushes it downfield with the left boot, the business major from Casablanca.
Yeah, it looked like he just rushed that one a little bit, did Ayub Jali. It's a bit surprised they didn't want to potentially take the shot at goal as well and just continue to extend that lead. I know they're up by 24 points, but 27 still is better.
Mike Mulea getting his team going. It's going to be a scrum here for Iowa Central off of that mistake, as Wheels said. Ball to come in here from Halanga Mabele from Wynberg Boys High School. Cape Town, South African-born player studying accounting at Iowa Central. Mabele gets it into the centers there. This play off the back has been pretty standard for them to push the ball across field on first phase, try to set up their offensive patterns coming back. Ball down here from Mabele. Outside the 22, big collisions. Players coming in and over. Mabele takes a step, moves that ball wide, looking for some space in the middle. Curtis Downey isn't held in the tackle, but stays down to recycle that ball. Musanguini looking for a break. Musanguini can't find it. Players in and over from the Tritons, but a ruck was left. Ball spills. A knock-on advantage here for Wheeling. Wheeling, the ball is in the hands of Mugaragodi. Mugaragodi gets it to the ground. Ripped away there by Iowa Central. Guess the advantage was over as the ball comes out. Thrown into touch, however, by Rashawn Jennings. So it'll be a line out for Wheeling.
Yeah, great break there by the big lock. And rather it was the number 8, apologies, Tyler Gast, who we haven't seen a lot of so far in this game, but that's just an example of what he can do. But unfortunately the offload there just ran out of room. But you can just see the lack of direction, I guess, with Cohen Webb off the field. The Tritons just sort of caught in two minds around what to do, so someone really needs to step up. I'd like to see Musanguini more in that playmaker role, first receiver, fill that void.
7.5 minutes gone. Player getting attended to by Wheeling. Referee wants to speak to the captain for Iowa Central, so we will listen in.
You're coming back on for your yellow card.
Okay, yes, sir.
Let's have a clean game, okay?
I asked about shoulder charging a lot.
I'll keep an eye on it. Thank you.
Cohen Webb back on the field. Referee having a chat with him. He's looking for him to keep an eye on a certain part of the Wheeling game. See Vidal ready to throw this one in. Player just cramping up a bit. Fall evening here in Chicago.
Yeah, beautiful night for rugby.
Mohamed Haddar cramping from all that step he's put into this game so far. Vidal looking to the middle of the line out, get it up, and it is no problem. Across comes the ball in the midfield. Not quite the connection they wanted, so they didn't get through the space, but still alive. Wrapping around the side there. Mashogi Mashigo. Koshi Mashigo goes into contact, but does not release as they're coming in, so it's a penalty here for the Tritons. Mashigo from Kempton Park, South Africa. They're going to look for posts as we take another look at this.
You see here on the replay, that's just textbook work there from Joaquin Gaines. Really strong body position over the ball. And certainly is interesting, the shot at goal opportunity here, Johnny. I mean, they're 24 points behind. They gets this, it reduces it to 3 converted tries, but you just get the feeling that Wheeling are a team you need tries against.
Yeah, the threes have been replied with 5s and 7s. It hasn't really worked out for them. It's 3 Musinguini penalties here. And they have the players, they have the runners, Iowa Central, just not finding that space. And the recycled rugby ball from Rhino gets hung up in the air, and it falls wide. So they're going to stay at 33-9. It'll be a 22 drop for the Wheeling University Cardinals.
Yeah, the one positive, they get the ball back here, but we know the boot of Mendaza going to look to send this one deep down and apply some field positioning pressure.
Mendaza does just that. Ball inside the Iowa Central half. They come across to Musinguini. Musinguini looking for some space. Doesn't find it, but is able to offload the ball. Ball is in Gaines' hands. Joaquin Gaines. Penalty not rolling away against the Wheeling University Cardinals, but knocked on there. Knock-on advantage for Wheeling University off of that restart. Off of that tap there, it got knocked on, so it's going to wind up being a scrum here for the Cardinals. Good fortune for them.
Unfortunate there for Halanga Mabele. I think the option to take the quick tap was on. There was backs turned and he could have snuck his way through the gap, but unfortunately just a little bit overrushed and he lost control of the ball, so just not clicking into plan at the moment for the Tritons, and the Cardinals back with the ball.
10 minutes gone in the second half. Ball to the Wheeling University Cardinals. Cardinals putting this one in through Lawula Bata. Bata. Big drive from the Tritons. Ball stolen. It doesn't happen very often. They're in the middle of the field. Move that ball wide. Cohen Webb playing in the outside backs at the moment. Advantage here against the Cardinals. So penalty advantage. Ball up there to John Mueller II. We're going to come back for the penalty. Referee Zakaria has spotted. They're right at the 22. You'll see what the decision will be this time. They've called for a scrum through Cone Webb.
Yeah, good option this time, I think. They obviously identified that the shot at goal may not be the best option, but a midfield scrum certainly is the better way to go.
Conversation between Mabele and Webb. Backs split. Looking for their runners. Got the pressure on the Cardinals the last time in the scrum, the Tritons. See if they can repeat their fortunes Wheeling looking to play some strong defense here. Ball off the back quickly. They come wide. Mabele gets it out into the hands of Rashawn Jennings. Ball down, but they're going to maintain possession are the Tritons. Pressure coming in from the Cardinals. Cardinals, are they over this ball? Did somebody pick it up legally? It's back in Jennings' hands. Maintain possession inside the 22. Penalty against the Tritons. Looks like Carter Price was penalized. Player not releasing. Opportunity to get out of this zone for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it was all a bit messy there from the Tritons. They did well to keep the ball in play, but the Cardinals, just like bees to a honeypot, they got there in time to force the turnover. And this kick is an absolute rocket as well, past the halfway mark.
It was Rashawn Jennings
relieving all pressure.
He was showing a 2. I thought he was showing a 22. So, Rashawn Jennings, the penalty. They move it downfield. They're inside the half just of the Tritons. Attacking opportunity here for the Cardinals. Vidal, 13 minutes gone in this semifinal. Ball up, well taken there by Magoshi Mashigo. And they move it in the middle of the field. They've been getting some of these balls standing still there. A little offload. Don't want to leave Daza isolated, but he's going to dance his way up to the 50-meter line. Impressive footwork from a number of these players. Centers connect there as Niamunda comes back into I. Big power coming in here from the number 3 Mecca. Offloads the ball to possibly an unsuspecting I, who turns that one over into Curtis Downey's hands. Curtis Downey gets the offload away, up into the hands of Tyler Gass. Tyler Gass bounces off of one. He's around the corner. He has gone through a number of players. Gass doing very well there. Gets the ball to Downey. Nice offload. Tritons outside the 22. Penalty again against Iowa Central. Better work of the breakdown in the second half from the Cardinals. First half at the beginning was mostly Tritons. Cardinals have really turned that part of the game around.
Yeah, absolutely. Turn of the tables, and the Cardinals' loose forwards have been brought to life, and we know how good those loose forwards are over the ball. The likes of Kainga, Juma, Malaya. You just can't give them that opportunity and they'll take it.
Wheeling up 33-9, line out coming.
Perfect, boys. Hold that line.
Hadar, double try scorer. Feeling a little bit of the evening humidity here in Chicago. Vidal ready to put this one in. Last line was taken away. They're taking a little bit of time about it here, but ball comes down to Mashigo, no problem. Looking for some runners, and right through the middle comes Niamunda. Niamunda on a beautiful line. Some of those passes have been going just in behind, but Niamunda's going to turn the corner, and it's going to be another 5 on the board for the Cardinals as they move it to 38 with a pretty straightforward kick to come.
Well, this most definitely is the try of the game so far for me. What an absolute set-piece special. We're going to get some fantastic angles here from the Next Level Rugby replay. Niamunda scoring his second one of the game. The big, powerful number 12 with plenty of speed as well. But it was the line that he ran and the pass that was delivered to him, which was just absolutely top class. Have a look at this. Just a fantastic timing. And Niamunda punched onto the ball with real speed, and poor old Cohen Webb did not have much opportunity to reel Niamunda in there, but we'll get another angle of that pass potentially, Johnny, because you can't underestimate how hard of a pass that is to make.
I just glanced away for a second to look at the next set of players out there because I thought that was going to go into contact. And that pass went to Niamunda. Niamunda, you can see the smile. Just puts the pores on the speed. Cohen Webb just caught back there with nothing he could do. Unfortunately for him, as Musinguini gets us going again. Right down to Niamunda. He gets the ball back to I. I pushes it downfield. Ball still alive. Triton's down 40-9. That kick was good. Gonna have to do some work here. Musinguini gets that ball and knocks it on. Scrum here to Wheeling. The Tritons trying to push it now with 56 minutes gone, and that one doesn't go to hand.
Yeah, unfortunately not much falling the way of the Tritons at the moment. Wheeling have really got their front foot on this game. Still plenty of time left on the clock, don't get me wrong. 23 minutes. Funnier things have happened in rugby union, that's for sure.
Ball in for Wheeling. Pressure coming out from the Tritons, but cannot push it that time. Little flat pass there. Another wonderful pass from Mendoza. Just such a player. The vision steps into the distributor role this time. Another pop pass from the Cardinals, but this one gonna stay in there.
Too late.
Good work
Too late.
by the Cardinals. Player came in too late to try to rip that ball away. So penalty again here for Wheeling, as they're gonna take their time about this one.
Yeah, you can just see the connection that Shadrach Mendoza has with his inside centres, Alex Niamunda and Joseph I. This one hasn't found touch, rather. Just as I was giving him massive compliments.
Cohen Webb takes that one as a mark again, so a free kick. They're going to go wide. They're running this one from everywhere they can now. They're inside their 22. Going to have to be careful. Mecca over that ball. Cannot rip it away, so it's going to go back to the Tritons. Carter Price finds a little bit of room. Tackled by his opposite number. Out the back, they come to Webb. Pressure on for this team. Musinguini taken down right at his own 22. They're just moving laterally. Ball pops up. Illegally so it's going to be a penalty here as a player came in on the angle for the Cardinals.
Yeah, good spotting there from the referee, just coming in through the side there. The Cardinals really want to contest that breakdown now.
Tritons push this one downfield. They will have a line out just outside their own 40-meter line. 40-9. The Tritons need points. They need them quickly.
Hold on, we got a sub going off.
See there from the referee, some substitutions made, and Wheeling, you'd look to maybe get some fresh legs on as well very soon.
20 minutes to go. Plenty of season coming up. Ball winds up in the hands of Wheeling right there. Middle of the line out and miscue. Not what the Tritons need. They come across to Lawulabata. Into the center of the field they go. Aaron Juma decides he's going to take on the majority of this defense for the Tritons. He does, and then he gets the ball up in the hands of Mukungure. Niamunda in distributor role. They go for a little kick here. Will they come down with it? They have indeed. Can they get it to the ground? They cannot. Ball seemed to be knocked forward and touched down. Goal line dropout. Nearly a beautiful play there from the Cardinals wheels. They're getting daring.
Yeah, absolutely. They're getting creative, pulling all of the tricks out of the bag now. Fantastic take there from Molea. And he just had a bobble on the ground. They can strike from anywhere, that's for sure.
Blocked is that goal line dropout. Do not see a lot of that. Hacked forward by a Tritons player, but it comes back into Juma's hands. So a blocked goal line drop. Maybe the first one I've seen since the goal line drop came in. Mashigo takes one. Takes it into contact. Had a little dummy play there. Niamunda around the back. They get that one wide to Jolly. Jolly's trying to step. Jolly looking for it here. Gets the ball back. It's spilled forward. It looked like by Wheeling. Referee says no, that's fine. And this one is there and held up again by the Tritons. It'll be another goal line drop for them. So they've saved the 5 points, but they're playing a lot of rugby at their try zone for a team that needs to score.
Yeah, they are indeed. And you mentioned the deflection off the goal line drop, and I can't say I've seen that either. Cohen Webb will be pretty cautious as this one, I'm sure.
Cohen Webb does get that one a little longer. Gets it in the hands of Shadrach Mendoza, and he knocks it on. So good fortune there for the Tritons. But time ticking off the clock here. We're 3/4 of the way through. And it is going to be a scrum for Iowa Central.
Yeah, bounce of the rugby ball on that occasion. Not favourable for Mendaza, but this is what Iowa need. 18 minutes to go. No time to really kick the ball at all. They need to run, involve their dangerous ball players in the form of Webb, Musingwini. Haven't seen much from Jacoby or Gotch in the second half yet.
Guys, you're touching each other's heads and onto your shoulders, which is causing the rest of them to mess up. Keep the space.
Some changes in here for the Wheeling University Cardinals.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Iowa Central get the ball in. It's at Gast's feet. Mabele moves it out. Looking to get the ball to Musingwini, and they do. They've gotten a little wider there into Getch. Getch steps back in. Getch into contact. Well marshaled there by Niamunda. All across. Curtis Downey. Players piling in there for Wheeling. Can't dislodge that ball, and Devin Farrell takes it into contact. Mabele. Players rolling around. Goes to Cohen Webb. Not sure if that was the intended person, but it came right to him. Ball's picked up and chipped forward. Did it stay in? It did not. They are going to have a line out here. I thought it might have been in front of the 22 where they kicked it. He will decide.
Goes out here. Perfect. Thank you, Sydney.
Ball landed in. You hear a good communication from the assistant referee. So line out for the Tritons.
Yeah, Cohen Webb can see the intentions there. Quite a flat defensive line from Wheeling. Wanted to put it through, but just didn't have the support play. But they get the ball back, most importantly.
Ball to the front from the Tritons. They try something different. Looking to get some points on the board quickly. Looked like a player came in on the angle there, and they did.
16. Rucking is a push, not a pull.
John Sutton, the English-born fire science major from London, makes the error there. Left-footed kick down from the Cardinals.
Just isolated there again, Johnny. It's really been the story of the second half of the Tritons. They just don't have those arriving players quick enough to the breakdown, and Wheeling are too well drilled to let those opportunities go astray. You can see one of the teams warming up in the background for the next game. Johnny, I'm really excited for that one. Thunder Chickens and Thomas Moore.
Yeah, the Principia College Thunder Chickens. It's Thomas More University Saints. 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Right now we have the Cardinals. They are on the move again. Ball coming out a little slower this time. Niamunda steps around, able to get his hands free and gets the ball away too. Looking for some runners. Chip into the middle there. There is some space. Ball winds up in the hands of Brunette. Overcome the Cardinals. So they take that one away. Ball winds up in the hand of Cohen Webb. Looking to rip that away there is Kayinga. Player down. That is Joaquin Gaines for the Tritons. Is that a very good game? Bothered by the post, but a penalty against the Cardinals this time. They go quick from their own line. Cohen Webb finds some space. Cohen Webb, there's a lot to deal with here. Mabele, Halanga Mabele at the 50-meter line. Halanga Mabele looking for a runner. Tries to get it back to Musingwini. Musingwini knocks it up in the air, but gets it back in his hands. They're playing loose right now. Will it pay off for him? Ball in the hands of Bordalo. Bordalo, the number 18, gets one down. Looking to come around there was Brunette.
Still advantage blue.
Mabele gets that one out. Cohen Webb chips that one through. It's inside the 22. Taken there by Mendaza. It's messy all over the place. Kicked back by a number of players. Musingwini gets on that one. And it looks like a Musingwini try for the first 5 points for the Tritons.
Yeah, we see Cohen Webb there in a bit of discomfort on the ground. He copped some pretty high contact. Let's have a look here at the replay. Mabele shifted it to the right. Cohen Webb this time Lovely little grubber kick through. Was able to recollect it off of the messy collection from the Cardinals, and you can see there Joseph I put in the big left shoulder. I don't know whether I'd call that one legal, Johnny, but they get the try regardless.
5 points on the board. It'll be an attempted conversion here from Musanguini. Bring him to 16. Still a lot of work to do. So you see Gaines in the back.
"45 seconds.
Referee lets Musanguini know how much time he has to get this kick. Musanguini has the distance, has the accuracy. They move it to 16. Time working against the Tritons at the moment, Wheels.
Yeah, certainly is. Have another look at the replay here. Webb did a great job to take the ball behind the number 7 Gaines and got it on the recollection. Joseph I came in there like a freight train, and Musanguini, great job with support play to touch that one down, but I think Cohen Webb's going to be feeling that one tomorrow morning, Johnny.
Certainly will. 40-16, 12 minutes on the stadium clock. Ball inside the 22 of the Tritons. They are a running rugby team at the moment. They launched that one downfield through Musanguini. They want to play down in these spaces. Happy to take this one down is Mundaza. Gets a ball to Jolly. Jolly goes to the left boot. That one's blocked. Taken by Gast. Good work. He's held up right now by the Cardinals. They keep this one in the air and can't get his knee to the ground. It is going to be a maul, which would return to a scrum for the Cardinals. It is a battle right now for possession. Ball's going forward, so referee's allowing this. Cardinals doing a good job holding up Gast there. Players driving forward. It's going to come back. A penalty, however, against the Cardinals, and quickly they go through Mabele, looking for some big runners. The dummies there to the number 16 Sutton. Ball out a little wider, gets it in the hands of Juan Rivas. Rivas takes the ball in. Middle of the field they come. They're starting to run this Iowa Central Tritons team. Langa Mabele, this one slowed down. Wider they come, little pass out the back. Rivas can't find it with that one. Devin Farrell heads towards the line. Devin Farrell, 6'1", 275. Fire science major, doesn't find the line. Hudson Vrau, another fire science major. Ball coming out. Curtis Downey pops that pass out. They're inside the 5-meter line. Penalty advantage against the Cardinals for offsides. They're going to have to be careful. This one is wide. They're going to get to the line. Players held up. It's up in the air. Try awarded. The Tritons starting to pour it on here. They take that one to 21. 10 minutes to go in this matchup.
Wow, wow, wow. Don't go sleeping on the Iowa Central Tritons. They are back in this game. Lovely floating pass there. And it was that man, Tyler Gast, who had the strength in the end to get the ball over the white line. But 2 tries in quick succession for the Tritons. He's pumped about it.
Yeah, good work there by Gast to get that one down. He's had a good game. They are starting to take some momentum here. This Wheeling University team will be talking right now about how to shut that down as Musanguini. We have seen he can hit from distance, he can hit from angles. Taking a look at this one, Musanguini hits that one as well as they go to 23. This game has changed in nature in the last 5 minutes. Wheeling University needs to stem this tide.
See here on the replay again, he had 2 men, or 3 men rather, trying to take him down WWE style, but Gast got it down, and that's all that matters.
Score is correct. Score is correct.
Ayub Jolly pushes this one downfield. We felt Mike Geibel was going to start putting in some players has held off on that. Musinguini puts a little soft pass in there. They're at their 22. Running with intent and purpose and running very hard are this Tritons team. Devin Farrell puts a little pass in there. They're at their 22. Taken in by Sutton that time. Come back to their left. Musinguini. Penalty again. It looked like a high tackle there. Down and a bit slow to get up here.
Yep.
Looks like Aaron Juma
9.
committed the high tackle and seems to have gotten the worst of that one, unfortunately.
7.
He's a tough man, Aaron Juma. We can see here on the replay. Just goes too high initially, says the referee, so quick to blow on that one.
Time is back on, 40-23, 8 minutes. Cross from Mabele. Cohen Webb gets him started to the outside, looking to get this ball to this edge quickly near the touchline. Gast has been doing yeoman's work in these last few minutes. Scored a try and has been everywhere. Another pot of forwards coming for the Tritons. Downey. Step back in. Wheeling, trying to hold these up and turn this ball over. The big man Juan Rivas Jr. from Des Moines, Iowa, takes that one forward. Ball is live here for the Tritons, just inside their own half. Step out, step back in from Sutton. Mabele finds Webb. Breaking through the line there is Gast. Putting on a show at the moment here in Chicago. Lions for Hope Rugby Facility. Friday Night Rugby here, pure excitement. Everybody wants to run. Musinguini puts a little tip pass over the back into the hands of Burnett. Big pickup there. Musinguini trying to get the ball forward, doing a lot of work on his own, trying to put pressure in at the breakdown are the Cardinals. All ball, all momentum has been with the Iowa Central Tritons, and Mabele makes a break. He sees a little space, moves that ball just a little bit wider into the hands of Bordalo. Bordalo takes it into the contact. Again, pressure coming on from Wheeling to the breakdown. Cohen Webb has ball in hand. He's eyed it up, looking for some room there. Gets it to Devin Farrell. Farrell, as usual, makes some grounds. What few minutes of rugby is being played by the Tritons here. Did that one slip forward? It came into the hands of this Wheeling University team. Wheeling University has a scrum advantage at the moment, so it won't last too long. And a big break coming here, and this might be what they're looking for. That's Mendoza. Mendoza has players coming onto him. There are some on-rushing players, but here comes Lawula Bata. Gets it back to Mendoza, and after all that wonderful work by the Tritons, Wheeling Cardinals find their one opportunity, and they convert.
Yeah, you think that one's going to be the full stop on the game. You've got to tip your hat off to the Tritons. They have given it everything in the last 10 minutes to come back into this game. But have a look at that. Mendoza, just so electric around the breakdown. Fantastic draw and pass. And Butter didn't quite have the turn of speed, but Mendoza fantastic in support. He created the initial break, and he gets to finish off the job with a brilliant swan dive. How good.
Referee telling Wheeling they're going to have to take this kick at some point. They're looking for a tee. There's a shot clock these days. 40 seconds to go. James Holland, first-year player out of Spalding, Hawaii. Business management major. Holland with his own little setup there. Walks around in a couple different directions. Drops the mouth guard. Drives that one through. They're going to take more points. Are the Wheeling University Cardinals. They extend their lead, making it harder for what was a surging Iowa Central Tritons team just moments ago.
Yeah, again here. That was Lawula Bata. Great chase there from the number 22, Rashon Jennings. But Mendoza, fantastic in support. He's had a great game for me, Johnny. Shadrach Mandaza.
Certainly has. High hanging kick there from the Iowa Central Tritons. Well fielded by the Cardinals. To the ground goes Mike Mulea. Holland, new in the game, comes in over that one. Little pass goes to the ground. They got to be careful here. Juma puts that pass up. Can't just play with a reckless abandon. We've seen what the Tritons have been able to do. They're down quite a bit. Wheeling would want to round this game out pretty quickly here. There's a bump off, comes there. They're right at the 22. Player from the Tritons trying to dig that one away. And nearly does, but never released in the first place. So it is Wheeling ball. Holland has ball in hand.
Guys in front of me, please.
Yeah, unfortunate. You can't fault Iowa for wanting to have a crack at that ball. With under 3 minutes to go now. Tries are on order.
Ball
No one's found touch either.
From Wheeling. Musinguini, yes, they haven't found touch. Cone Webb, scrum cap free at this point in the game. A little pass around the back there to Musinguini. They connect well, those two. Ball up into the hands of Sean Jacoby. Ref might have seen a knock on there, so we're going to come back. Time going to work off the clock here in the favor of Wheeling University for just 2.5 minutes on the game clock.
Just drifted forward. Unfortunate there for the Tritons. You can see they've had a lot of success down the edge tonight. And Wheeling, though, defensively have been able to stop a number of opportunities towards, in the second half. But when the Tritons got a roll on, you can certainly see, Johnny, what a well-oiled machine they are.
Ball to the back here. Player in is Michael Chaniwa, replacement scrum half. And that put in some of the replacements. Ball up into the hands of the marvelous Benza. Another whistle here. Ball to touch. Line out for the Iowa Central Tritons.
2 minutes.
I think one thing that's got to please the Central Tritons coaching staff is their ability to not give up. We had Wheeling up 41 points to 9, and Iowa just showed resilience and fought back into the game. Although they're not going to run out winners today, that sort of never give up mentality and attitude is certainly pleasing to see.
Certainly there. Sutton goes up, and it's taken away by the Cardinals. Moving into the middle of the field, that ball is spilled forward by replacement Alexander Guzman. So a scrum here for the Tritons with time winding down. Minute on the game clock, maybe just a minute or so of referee's time. Remember, coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern is going to be the Thomas More University Saints and the Principia College Thunder Chickens in the other semifinal. Winner would play what looks to be Wheeling. Mabele puts that one in. He's had a good game. Pressure coming on from Wheeling this time. Ball out to Webb. Webb runs it in the middle of the field, looking for those last points of the Tritons. Ball taken away, however, it sat there too loose. They were trying to run it. Comes back to the Cardinals. Will the Cardinals have last say? Ball up in the air into the hands of Chaniwa. Chaniwa at the 22. Holland, the replacement scrum half. Stepping back in. Good run coming here, and it's going to be last rights and last words from the Wheeling University Cardinals. Replacement Ntamu Mathabula touches that one down. Mathabula from Nelswood, South Africa, puts the last 5 points on the board. We are in the red with a kick to come off of this try. 47-23, or 52-23, pardon me.
Yeah, see here on the replay. Again, it was that number 12, Naya Munda, who gave the pass, but it was number 19, Mathabula, who finished it off. And Wheeling certainly the better of the two sides today. Some individual brilliance, but overall team cohesion, the ability to attack from anywhere. A hard-working bunch of individuals, Johnny.
Absolutely, and that's it for us. Stay tuned. 9 o'clock Eastern. It's going to be Thomas More versus Principia. For everybody at NCR, this is John Broker for Thomas Wheels Grant. Every next level rugby will come back at 9. We hope you're having a great rest of your evening.